Greetings, MB churches. I come to you today in a very different way. I wish I could have been with you personally. I wish we could have gathered in large numbers as we did before. I wish we could be talking about the future of the kingdom of God as it relates to this family of churches in Canada and beyond. But these are different times. These are times of social isolation where we have been forced to do many of the things we do virtually. I have observed and have taken the opportunity to participate in many of your online services. I am grateful to God for you. I'm grateful to God for you pastors, MB pastors across this country. You have not taken this opportunity to become an extremist in your theology. You have not become angry preachers proclaiming an angry God who is now taking his revenge over a sinful world. No, you have asserted that God is still sovereign, that he is not surprised by any of this, that he's still working out his plan of redemption for the whole world, and we are part of that. I saw you adjust quickly to online platform using new technologies for some, and for others, you just became better at what you did. I observed that people from the pew would just simply rise up and lead in times like this. I've been told that this past Easter was the Easter that had the greatest attendance in a whole history of Christendom. God has a plan. He is working out his plan. We are part of his plan. I also saw you as the church begin to participate in acts of compassion, helping your neighbors, engaging with your neighbors. And more than anything, I also observed that you as a church have engaged in prayer. More than anywhere before, any time before that I can remember, there are prayer gatherings taking places, particularly in churches, then in provinces, and nationally, and even internationally. Thank you for calling on the Lord in times like this. These are difficult times. These are difficult times for our economy, difficult times for our business people who sit on the pew of our churches. We need to pray for them. These are difficult times for people that are at the front line, helping to save those that are ill from this disease and sickness. These are difficult times for our government. These are difficult times for our camps, for our schools, and beyond that, difficult times even for our churches. These are the times when grandparents cannot hold their grandchildren. These are times when people cannot engage in embracing those who actually need an embrace. But these are the times when the church can showcase the love of God in a greater measure. And I'm seeing that more and more. And I'm grateful for that. So thank you, MB Church. And thank you that you are rising up to the call of God for such a time as this. You may be wondering, what is going on at the conference? Who is working? Who is not working? What are they doing? Well, you probably noticed that over the last little bit, our main focus was connection. We wanted to connect our family together. And we done that by bringing the national ministry team together, deciding what we felt was important for the church, and then address those things in something we're calling our virtual town halls. We had several so far. Many of them were just prayer meetings where we invited you to pray over your country, over your ministry, over your family, over your neighborhoods. We also engaged with you in a global Good Friday service that was very well attended, very well viewed, not just in Canada, but around the world. Thank you for engaging with us. But I want to give you some practical things as to the work of the conference at this time. Of course, we need to begin with our economic situation. As you know, the world is going through a very difficult moment. Tough economic times require tough economic decisions. At the conference, we realize that as churches, the income for churches drop, our income also will drop. We had to make some decisions. So our approach to our budget was simply not to look at the full year, since we had not enough data to make decisions for the full year, but we are approaching our budget in 90 days increments. So every 3 months, we look at our budget and we see where we need to cut and by how much those cuts need to be. The first quarter, the first 3 months, we decided that a significant amount of cuts were necessary. So utilizing some of cost reductions and some of incentives that were given by the government, we have reduced our costs by around 51%. Knowing that we will have to revisit this again 3 months from now and adjust it again. I know that many, as I expressed before, many of our churches and camps are also doing the same things, dealing with the same kinds of issues. So my prayer for you is that if you are able to continue to give at all levels, from church to conferences, both provincially, nationally, to camps, to schools, however you're able to support the work of the church, please do so. One of the things we are preparing for is this National Assembly, or what we're calling a hybrid, an AGM National Assembly together. We have decided to open this up once again for all church delegates to participate. The reason for that is that although we voted for a National Assembly format at our last AGM, we did not accommodate for it to have power within our bylaws yet. So we're inviting all of you, church delegates, to a virtual AGM that will happen June 5th and 6th. During this time, we want to approve something called a referenda. We want to be able to take the votes now back to provincial conferences in the next spring, as we previously have indicated we wanted to do. We also want to give you some updates on the Multiply review. As you know by now, we are engaging this review of the Multiply agency that includes a review of the board, its leadership, and its culture. By the time of this AGM, we'll be able to provide you with a preliminary report on what we have found. There are also board nominations. Many of our people on our boards have ended their term. Some are just unable to continue. Others they have no longer an option to continue. So during the National AGM, or the National Assembly, we will vote in new people to our boards for different parts of our ministry, from seminary to Multiply, to executive board, and so forth. My many thanks to all of you who served in our boards across this country, and that gave us the best that you could for the benefit of this family of churches. My special thanks to Bruce Ans, who is leaving as the moderator of our conference this June. Bruce has been a blessing to all of us. His meticulous attention to detail, his call for accountability has led us to a place where we can clearly say that we are thinking through very carefully every move we make. So it is the right thing to do. We also want to present to you for you to receive our annual financials, audited financials. Last year, as you know by now, was a difficult year. We had many bumps in the road. We had to decouple or separate two entities that we own, MB Mission and C2C. And with that, there are costs involved with this. So we want you to receive those financials. Also, we're going to need you to engage with us in receiving some reports from our seminary and from the National Ministry team as to what is happening next. During the National Assembly, we're also talking about defining our mission together. So a follow-up video with those kinds of things are available on our website, and you can see what do we mean by defining our mission moving forward. So this is an invitation for you to be a participant in our National Assembly, our National AGM, as a church delegate. The more, the better. It will be a virtual National Assembly with a virtual voting. but it will be a significant one. Thank you, and may the Lord bless you.